Hey guys, what's up to the Film Bunker and you guys? We're the Film Bunker. You are you guys. Here we go. We're gonna be.
I'm glad we cleared that up. For them.
Just in case you guys were wondering, we're gonna be talking about the Black Panther today. We're gonna be reviewing the film. I myself have not seen it. They have. Spoiler alerts.
Huge spoilers. We're going to reveal every little detail about this film. So if you haven't seen it yet, don't watch this episode just yet. Put on some pants, go see the movie, come back, and then you can watch our review.
Or not, depending on how you feel.
Pants are optional.
If you want to get arrested while in a cinema. Sure.
Stay tuned. All right, welcome to this week's episode. So, I have not yet seen the film. My two cohorts here, Karen.
And Bo.
That's when you introduce yourself.
I thought you were going to do it for me, but
Be
I'm Bo.
polite.
How you doing?
All right, guys. So, right out the gate, your initial thoughts on the film itself.
I'm gonna go like full gladiator here.
Oh,
Yeah? Not a fan.
No, I won't say that. I am a fan. But yeah, the film itself, I was like, eh.
Okay.
I'm on the other edge. I actually really enjoyed it.
This would be good.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a lot of stuff I could pick up that I wasn't a fan of, but overall, I think it was a great film and a great addition to the universe of the Marvel universe.
So let's first things first. Let's tick off the box. So the Black Panther. I mean, obviously he's been loosely introduced in the Civil War movie.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What's the background of the Black Panther? So I mean, he's obviously the king of Wakanda.
Yep, Wakanda. Yep.
Yeah,
After his father
which is-
dies, goes back to Wakanda, gets all of the perks, if you will.
Perks of the job.
Yeah. He's got to get his super suit.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And if you don't know anything about the Black Panther, the Black Panther suit was actually sort of handed down from like king to king type thing.
Yeah,
a
it's-
little
it's
bit like
amazing.
Phantom. Cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically it imbues their powers that they already have. It makes them pretty much indestructible and absolutely tankish. They're really cool. So, let's talk about actors. All right, so who...
So we got Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa, or
Yep.
As the Black Panther.
The Black Panther.
I thought he was pretty good. Actually, I really liked him. There was a couple of scenes where it feels to me as a filmmaker that he was forcing his accent that he does.
Yeah.
It felt like he slows a lot of his dialogue down, and it feels like he's almost about to trip up on his own
Yeah,
words.
because he's very much American.
He's very
very
American. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I did not know that. I thought actually he might have been British.
Okay.
And I went and watched an interview with him and listened to his real voice. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
cool.
okay, yeah, that sort of solidified my thought that maybe he sort of struggled a little bit with the
Yeah.
accent. So enter Michael B. Jordan, who plays the villain in this particular film, and he's previously worked with director Ryan Coogler before. Coogler,
Creed.
I'm not sure there.
Yeah.
Creed.
Creed, which is a
and I
great
think another film he did with him as well. So this would be his third collaboration with Ryan.
That's all right.
For me, it didn't work. I wasn't a huge fan of Michael B. Jordan in this film.
Why?
Great question, and I'm going to hit home on this, and I'll probably have a few feathers ruffled, but I have to speak the truth. I think the film, in this regard, in terms of Michael's portrayal, was very bro-like. I'm trying to do this as unracial prejudice as much as possible, but I need to take it on face value of an actor and the way this character is portrayed. And it just made me really uncomfortable watching his performance. It felt really off. Like he was always like, "Yo, dude," kind of thing. And
So it wasn't necessarily a bad guy from
yeah,
the
like
area in which he's supposed to be
So
from.
the first half of the film, well,
He's supposed to be from
he's supposed to be from sort of
okay.
like
Right.
He's your gangland.
Oakland.
Yeah, from Oakland. Yeah.
And that worked. And there's a
From the
scene.
con,
There's a scene which I really liked where he was in a British museum or something like that. Is it a British museum?
Yes. So he's in a British museum looking at artifacts.
Yeah. And that I really liked because he's sort of dressed as sort of like a downplayed person who wouldn't know anything about this stuff. And I thought, cool, that's going to be a really nice masquerade for ultimately who he turns out to be, and it didn't really switch.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I feel
He kind of was the same person all the way through, and that I didn't like. So.
Right. Okay.
But for me, it was a bit different. I really loved the difference between him and Chadwick Boseman, like the character difference. They're sort of showing the two sides of in essence, the minority, right? The oppressed. They're talking about this, and that was a big issue that they raised throughout this film. Was that they are oppressed, but they have the power to not be, but they don't want to become the person that has oppressed them, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like they want to become the villain. And so he is that essence of, I'm going to become the people that oppressed me. So the entire time, you can see that's all he's thinking about. From the beginning, if you take a watch, you can tell he's motivated to get to, I can never pronounce it, Wakanda. And he's there to become the king. He's there to get the technology out and to take over the world and make sure that no other minority group is oppressed again.
He sounds like an American version of a Bond villain.
Yeah, pretty much.
Add grills because he had like gold grills.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It was a very interesting. It's sort of that new age versus old age, right? So that traditional tribal versus the new urban.
Yeah, nice.
Right. So
having you said that though, that's one aspect of the film that I really did like. Especially the opening sequence where the film explores sort of the origin of Wakanda and the Black Panther and the story behind that. And it felt very tribal, and I did like that. I really did. I love the choice of music as well.
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar coming through and doing some of his own mixes for the film. What I didn't like though is that once that opening sequence had finished and we finally got past Oakland and we got and visited Wakanda for the first time, it's almost as if like Marvel have this template, like especially with the first Thor movie, when you first reveal Asgard, that we have to fly through the city.
Yes.
It's like a Marvel 101 director's checklist. Did we fly through the city? Yes. Okay, good. Move on.
Nice.
So I just felt it was very formulaic in that regard. The story itself was so predictable.
Okay.
And a bit done, I guess.
They could have went a lot of different places with it, especially with killing off Andy Serkis' character so early.
Yeah, why?
Speaking of which, how was his performance?
Brilliant.
Because Andy Serkis is Gollum,
incredible. Caesar in Planet of the Apes.
Give that guy more roles. Actually, I think he's directing his own version of the Jungle Book very shortly for Warner Brothers.
Good. Yeah,
very cool.
With a really solid cast behind him, like Christian Bale and all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
He's a traditional, like, for me as an actor, he's what you want to become. Like, he's a traditional actor. He embodies that person. His face, his voice, his movements are different in every role he plays. But it's still natural.
Maybe it's in Andy's contract now that he gets to start off as a really cool character and then just instantly gets killed.
His death sequence was very upsetting.
It was very Snoke.
Quite honestly, I thought the introduction of his character in the Avengers was really cool. Like, he was in the first half of this film. He's fantastic. He's probably my favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
And if I could get more Ulysses Claw, I would love to see more of that character. But unfortunately, they killed him off. So not to be. A couple other really big notable actors that have been added to this film and sticking with the African American theme, which is fantastic, by the way. So we've got Angela Bassett. So she's a really, really famous actress. And singer, and she sort of come in and
she's got some pipes on her, I'll tell you.
Yeah, so for her to be included was great. Forrest Whitaker.
Yep.
Then we got Lupita Nyong'o from Star Wars. So she plays his girlfriend, kind of thing, or it's his ex, and then
also Michonne, right? That's
no. So the general
the bald
chick
girl.
from Walking.
From the
She's
Walking
from The
Dead.
Walking Dead,
Yeah.
Brilliant.
She was
Steals
great
the whole
job,
movie.
lady. Proud
In
of
fact, actually, if you really want to get political about this movie, which a lot of the reviews out there are, the best thing about this movie is the women.
Yeah, hands down. I wanted to watch more of those girls fight. Like
Yeah.
those warrior
They
girls.
stole the whole movie.
they
In
were
fact,
great.
I would dare say that their performances were better than the Black Panther himself, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
So she was
let's
fantastic.
let me ask you a question. All right, you guys can answer this one too in the comments below. Which women did it better? The women from Wonder Woman, or the women from this movie?
I'm gonna say.
I'm
Black
a
Panther.
DC boy through and through, okay, which doesn't affect my judgment of Marvel movies.
A little
because
bit.
It does, yeah.
But-
little bit of bias.
Yeah, I would go with Black Panther on this one.
There was just
Wow,
some
yeah, cool.
amazing fight sequences in this, and just
great characters.
Yeah, and for the I don't know the actress's name that plays Michonne. I can't remember her name.
She's Michelle.
Yeah, she is Michonne.
Denai or Danny or Denai.
Denai.
Yeah, Denai, yeah.
I
don't want to butcher
Gurira. Yeah.
But yeah,
Elvira.
her emotion and her connection to that part was just incredible. There's points in which she's doing nothing and you feel everything.
And she's doing everything.
Like the point where, yet again, spoiler, Killmonger takes the throne.
Yeah.
And she's standing there. She goes, "No, I'm not going to run away with you because I'm loyal to my country."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, dang.
and she was tearing up, and I was like,
So I want to talk about dose things. Okay,
Dos.
dose.
Two.
Numero dos. I don't like that Forrest Whitaker is in it.
Okay.
I don't care how good he did or whatever, but I feel that Forrest Whitaker always plays.
Forrest Whitaker.
This is going to be rough. This is going to sound rough, but he always sort of seems like he's the guy. He's the black guy that never dies.
That's the FCC.
That's the NAACP there. It's Conte, shut up.
Look,
No,
I will agree
like-
with you. I think Forrest Whitaker was completely wasted in this movie.
Yes, and I think he's a brilliant actor. And I like in Rogue One, I thought that was the best role I've ever seen him do.
Yeah,
I
I'm going
thought
to
he
disagree
was-
with you on that one.
I thought he was
But okay.
awesome.
Yeah, I didn't like him in that
Really?
movie at all.
All right, well.
But this is good. This is good that we have differences.
And then secondly, one great thing. So I've not yet seen the film, as I said before, but the trailer, I have seen some things that I've never seen done in film before regarding stunts and fights.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so
They trained really hard for it.
yeah, can we talk about that a little bit? Like in the trailer, there's a bit where he puts his claws in the tire and it's like, and that thing with that. Oh my god, it was awesome.
yeah.
There is some very cool stunts in the movie. So the actors, especially Michael B. Jordan and Chadwick Boseman, they trained ridiculously hard for their fight sequences, which is great. I love when movies do that, where they throw their actors in the deep end. And
Yeah.
there's a film coming out soon, good old Mr. Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible sequence, where he actually learned to fly a helicopter just to do the stunt himself.
Wow.
So I love when actors take that upon themselves. And I get that there's a degree of danger. and-
TC.
their
Ripping it out.
contracts and things like that. They can't always do everything. But yeah, no, there's some beautiful stunt work in this. I guess my problem with it is there is instances where it's very distracted by the CG.
Okay, fair enough.
So there's a particular scene towards the beginning of the movie where to earn the title of Black Panther and King of Wakanda, you have to have a challenger fight you, or they ask if anybody wants to step up and challenge him. And this sort of tribe from the mountains comes storming in, and he's like, I will challenge you, or whatever. Now, the fight itself, great.
Okay.
But for some unknown reason, rather than actually shooting it in a beautiful African savanna landscape, like a photographer's dream,
Yeah.
the whole thing was green screened on the side of a waterfall, and it just looked
Wow.
really out of place.
Yeah.
Really distracted from the fight.
My next
What
question
do you
is.
think? Oh, sorry, just really quickly.
Yeah,
what do you think about the
I
fights?
agree. The green screening was a little bit distracting, but the fights were gritty. Like they felt more real than other fights that have gone on in superhero films.
Yeah. Okay.
you know, when they get stabbed, when they get hit, they felt it, and you could see it, and then like that hindered the fight, you know, and that changed the way in which they used their tactics.
That's cool.
So they were changing the way they were fighting based on what was going on, rather than what they were just told to do. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Like, yeah.
That's awesome.
So everything was calculated, I think, and they fight really well. Like the Black Panther fights like a cat. You know, you feel like he has the essence of a cat. You know, jumping and
Bagheera.
He never really hits hard. He always goes for quick jabs and waits for his moment to pounce and dodges a lot, you know. And the other guy, who's a bigger guy, who's supposed to be a gorilla, has a big bloody stick that he swings around, you know. It just felt better than
like
any
the
other
8
fights.
bad guys from Halo 3.
Sorry, what was going to be?
Okay, my next question is actually, it's a good follow up to what Bo just said. Did the fights make the movie?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, for me a little bit.
Because if you didn't like the film, were the fights the best part of the film?
The fights were pretty cool. It's not that I didn't like the film. I feel very torn about it. The story is really, really terrible. The tribal aspect I loved. Whoever's in charge of Marvel's costuming department is bloody amazing.
So, yeah.
They did some really awesome stuff with costuming. And I thought the colour palette was a little bit over the top in some instances.
Was it all very vibrant?
It was very vibrant,
Yeah,
rather
very
than sort of
Marvel.
Traditional African colours.
Yeah.
But I guess that's fine. That didn't annoy me or anything, because I really liked it. Like, I thought the costumes were amazing to look at, especially the actual Black Panther himself. Like, that suit is
and even
cool.
Killmonger's suit, just
very, very cool.
Yeah,
very
amazing.
cool.
And when they clash, because part of the suit, part of the new thing that they introduced in this movie was the new technology to the suit, where when they take an impact, it sort of builds up and they're able to expel it out as energy.
The other thing I did like
clash.
in terms of design of the film was the few of the practical sets that they actually used. So when that gorilla boss guy is sitting up in his throne room, and those, was it timber or something, like branches or something?
Yeah, just
hanging,
long logs.
Suspended.
Nice.
Great production design.
Yeah.
So those kind of things are really cool. Good all-round supporting cast. Martin Freeman once again adding the comedic element, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the chick who plays his sister was pretty cool. She was almost like the Q branch of Black Panther, you know, with all the gadgets and stuff. So, look, all round, I don't hate the movie. I just thought it was very average according to what some of the reviewers are out there saying. So it's getting propped up on a pedestal that maybe it doesn't quite deserve. So for me, I'm going to give it 3 bunk beds out of 5.
Ooh,
What about you?
I'm going to go to 3.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great film to just sit down and watch, and it's a great addition to the Marvel Universe, and hopefully they continue with it. But it's not perfect by any means. But if you're going to like watch fight sequences, definitely check this movie out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool for that.
They've put in some new stuff that's probably going to revolutionize how people think about fight scenes and how they can change it up. So
and I am keen to see some more Black Panther. So hopefully this is a good stepping stone. And congratulations to the people who did go out there and do things a little bit differently. And kudos to Disney for bringing in an all African American cast and director. So.
All right, our fellow bunker dwellers, don't let our opinions or views stop you from going and watch the film. I'm sure it's a great film.
Check it out, definitely. Yeah.
All right, so as always, like,
comment,
and subscribe.
Thank you very much. Peace. Brah!